Prisoners and advocates are crying out for attention to an issue they say is killing people inside. With no air conditioning in many cells and a summer of heat waves, they say people are falling sick and dying from the heat.
So they're kicking on the doors, trying to get medical down here.
Marcy Marie Simmons is a former inmate who now works with Lioness Justice Impacted Women's Alliance, advocating for prisoners.
We are watching our friends have heat-induced seizures. We're watching officers pass out, and we want to know the temperature. I climbed up on this big industrial fan that they have that just kind of blows around hot air in this time of year, right? I climbed up and rolled that mask or that electrical tape back with that maxi pad, and that thermometer read 136 degrees Fahrenheit.
That is more than 57 degrees Celsius, well into a range that can cause heat stroke and death, even for a healthy person. Officials from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice say they're doing what they can, adding cooling to some cells so that by the end of the year, 42,000 inmates will have it. But that still leaves around 100,000 prisoners without. Former inmates say these measures are not effective. Many sleep on the floor as their metal bunks are too hot to even touch. When someone is convicted of a crime at court in Texas, they're either sent to a short-term jail facility where the law states the temperature cannot rise above 29 degrees Celsius, or they're sent to a longer-term prison where there's no such law protecting people from extreme heat. Previous attempts to pass a bill mandating temperature control in prisons and seeking $545 million in funding to start phasing in air conditioning have failed. Based on information from current inmates, there are reports of more than 50 people dying of heat-related illnesses in prisons in Texas this summer.
Outside of prison.
Criminal justice advocate Robert Tyrone Lilly says he's just spoken to a mother who's lost her son in these circumstances.
You know, he went to do his time. He was supposed to come home, not die while he was incarcerated. He didn't receive a death sentence. But these current conditions are, for many that are ill, many that are weak and vulnerable in their constitution, it's going to be a death sentence.
Excessive heat and a lack of air conditioning isn't just a Texas problem. Many US states suffering heat waves, including Alabama and Louisiana, don't have air conditioning in prisons. Studies have shown that nationwide, a 5 degrees Celsius temperature rise is linked to a 5.2% increase in mortality among incarcerated people. But Texas has had unrelenting heat in recent months and more people in prison than any other US state. Caroline Malone, CNA, Austin, Texas.